So I'm gonna start with this Imageclass MF249DW. We're going to figure out where we need to remove all the screws. There must be some force on it to pry off some of this casing on this printer. This is what I got on Shopee. These are the hinges that's supposed to replace this end inside. I think the other side is able to see. Here we go. This is the hinge that broke off with the anchor at the bottom. We've got to replace this right in there. Now I think there's two sides that needs to be replaced, the left side and the right side. Let's start off by removing some of these points. If I'm not mistaken, the panel is on the right side, so we'll do the left side one first. We'll remove all these screws here. Locks the casing. This doesn't affect it, but we'll still take it out just to be on the safe side. On top, I'm not taking out the top cover because that's not required. I'll also take out the one on the left side. There's a lot of screws to be removed. Okay. This is on the left. I would normally pry out. If you see clearer here, there are markings where there's a triangle here and another one right at the bottom. Yep, these are actually where the indication of where you need to pry out the casings. Okay, stitch it back. You can see clearly. Bottom, you also have some of these, you see, and at the bottom you would also have this. Stop knocking into my monitor. Tie this down. Stick them on. So it doesn't come off. Let's see if this works. bit of everything here. So it's likely that it will just pry this open. This one. This one is closed. So see up top and inside. If you open up the flap, you'll be able to see there's one more right here. There are no screws, but you have to still pry it open as well. See, that works. Opening this. Wrong. So the pen is actually on the left side. So the problem lies here. Solve the other side first. So you have to take this up too. Right from the back. So it's back in time. You have this fixed one. These are your ribbons onto the printer. You've got to make sure these are all taken out, because you will not be able to reach the screws here right at the top without taking these out. So the problem now lies with this. So this, you've got to remember all the screws you are going to take out, put it into a separate block. So let's remember all this. Normally what I do, take a photo of how it looks like, so you can recheck if you missed out on it. We'll need to take out this. Okay. This out. Get this out. Need to take this. Actually, do I need this? I need to take this. 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 Remember the colors and how you insert all this back in. Okay. These are like that. These two are ribbons. It's actually pretty simple. There's a flap here. Pull both sides together so it doesn't one side come out. Make sure it's safe and secure. So these are all just ribbons. Don't pull on one side, pull on both sides. These are the same each. Just make sure everything is still in place later on. Pull all this out. Okay. Take all these wires out from each of their slots. It's rather messy sometimes, but you need to take all this out. If not, you will not be able to open the top here. I tried it on another printer previously. This is the tricky part. You will be able to take out the ribbon, but you won't be able to slot it back. I tried, but I couldn't. So that was the problem I faced, and likely I will be facing the same problem again. But I just put it on the outside. As long as I don't pinch the ribbon, it should work just fine. Okay, so you took all this out. So on this end, you wouldn't have an issue anymore on taking. So if you look at this right here, I'm not sure if you can see it. Right here. Let's see what can we do. Block this top here with this. And if you can see, it's actually a slot. It's actually a slot on this. You need to remove this clip from the hinge, and that should be fine for both sides. So you could reach into it. So all you have to do is reach out and clip this up. Clip this up. There you go. There we go. So the top comes off. Just lay it down. Oh, sorry. The other side actually broke off. I'll show you later, but you're supposed to remove it like this. Clip this off. Just clip this off. Comes off. You're supposed to take this off, but let me leave this down on the floor first. And this back. So top actually broke out. Let me show you how it looks like inside. This is how it looks like. Alright, oh, this is the proper way of how it looks like. This is the proper way of how it looks like. So you cannot reach behind this like that at the angle. You won't be able to do it. You have to slot it right through this. Use a longer one. See this? You'll be able to slot this through here at the end and lock it. And screw the hinge. Okay. I'm supposed to take the hinge out. This one actually still looks fine. I'm not sure if I want to replace it with the one I bought because it still feels sturdy. No, maybe just for the sake of it, I'll just change the whole set. Yeah, just change the whole set. Don't bother. Just be stuck with different looking one. This is where the problem lies. You still need to take off the old one because most of the time it breaks inside. And this is what happens. I need to take all this out. Oops. It's all the broken parts. All the broken parts. You need to pry out because it is. You need to pry out this little piece inside because it's stuck inside. These are all broken pieces. Broken pieces. You need to pry this out. If not, you will not be able to fix it back in. Okay, so take the new piece, put it back in, put the screws back, put the screws back. And screw it back in. I wouldn't screw it too hard. These are most likely 3D printed of sorts, I guess. I don't have an idea. Got it very cheap at about ringgit 20 plus 30 ringgit for a pair. I think it was 40. I gotta check back, but yeah, that's it. So I wouldn't have it screwed in too hard because the plastic doesn't look very solid. There you have it. So you have it. I'll put this back in. Okay, it's actually fixed. This is actually fixed in terms of the bracket. I'm gonna throw out the rubbish. Okay. Now you've got to put this back in. Oh, yeah, sorry. You've got to put this back in. normally I do is just do one round of cleaning up. Just do one round of cleaning up. This one actually looks kind of clean, so there's not much I need to do in terms of cleaning up the insides. All looks perfectly fine. Clean. Actually, it looks pretty clean. Anything much to clear up. So much to clear up. Oh, so there is actually. Again. That we've got this opportunity, taking it up. This one will just clean it a bit. Sides. Okay, we should go on the top. So just do a quick 1, 2. Everything else looks fine. I'm not gonna touch it. Then now you gotta put this back in through these slots. Pretty simple, not rocket science. So make sure no pinching of your ribbons. Pop it back in. And do this. I'll show you the pop over the bottom. Boom. It's back. We'll just block it a bit so it doesn't come up too hard, so that this goes down here, this all goes in here, back to where it's supposed to be. Okay. Going back through to this, right in the back. Thread it through all the casing holes. All the casing holes. Okay, you might need to split some of them because it's too thick. So I'll break up these 2 pieces separately. I'll thread the rest of them in first. There you go. There you go. And then this goes in there. And comes up here. So I recall this going through here. It's pretty easy. Oh, just back in. Honestly, I can't remember if the grey one is on top or the brown one is on top. Personally, I don't think it makes any difference, but let's check how it looks like. So it's grey on top, brown at the bottom. That looks about fine. So you've got, what's this? How does this look like? Okay, so you've got let's do the one right at the end. So this one second last, you pop this in one by one, the small yellow plot. Then you have got this red and blue one, just pop it back in. Pop it back in. Make sure you hear the pop. You've got the, oops, what's this one? Yellow, the orange one. Slot it back in. This one doesn't have a pop, but just make sure it fits. Last one is the purple one. Again, this one doesn't have a pop. Just the one, the red and blue one has a pop to it. You're supposed to thread this back through. I'm not sure if I can. I will try. Let's see if we can thread this back through. Honestly, I'm really lazy at this. I'm just gonna thread this through this block here. The bigger piece is here. Can't remember. But if it's anything, I will put it underneath. Check back and see. This actually went over this one under, but I'm gonna likely to go and put under because if anything pinches, it looks like it's gonna pinch here instead of here. So I'm just gonna maintain that there as it is. There we go. I'm just gonna slot this through here. This goes here. Push it to go. Okay, so this goes in here. Safe for me to say, this goes in here. Is it going safely? Okay, I need to go up. Come like that. I think my name sounds much better. Don't put it inside. It's fine. Slot the ribbon back in. Again, use both hands. Try to slot it as evenly as possible. This one too, as evenly as possible. Yep, there you have it. Just up below so it's not so stiff. Still not sure this isn't thick. Looks fine. I'm just going to slot it in. Yep, yeah, it looks fine. Now to put the cover back on. Cover looks clean. I'm going to wipe it a little bit. Always do the key. Wipe it down. I wouldn't use abrasive materials or too much of an alcoholic based stuff. This is a bit alcoholic, but I don't know. My idea is just don't make the plastic any much more fragile. And if it's easier, just some wet towel or wet cloth will do, because you just really want to clean it up. I'm in the office, I don't have that much things I can use. Okay, so this one goes back in. Oh, sorry. Is this front or this? Oh, this is the side. This is this side. And nice. Oh, put it back up. And this is all kind of plonking it in. You see these slots here, so I'll slot it in first. So get this in, and the rest of it. Top, and the bottom, and there you go. So this one too. This goes in. Just nice. Alright, as I was saying, I was right. The silver one here doesn't make any difference. Screw this back in. This one here. Right. Tight. This side. Oh, what? See? Fan looks clean. Just gonna swipe it off a bit. Not gonna use too much. Everything else looks clean. Not gonna touch it much. If the fan is dirty, just use a vacuum or something to get it all out. Unless you live in a very dusty place. Again, slot this side in first. Recollection, I will normally pop the top in, close it back down. And bottom. small little hole here. Got to use the longer one, doesn't fit here. Let's see if this can fit in first. Yep, it can. It fits. Fine. Looks good. I'm not sure. I think original is like that, so it's not flush. I don't think it's flush. I don't think it's meant to be flush. But good to go. That's it. Thank you, folks.